Well, okay. Well, Dean Tart is our founding dean at the College of Nursing. Okay, and she's a
And I'm
great.
here.
There she is. There she is. Technology, right? There
I
you go.
know, I know.
Go ahead, Dean Tart.
Well, I'm glad everybody's here, and I heard that all of you have some kind of an idea that you would like to be a nurse. And so that's very exciting because we need nurses. Um, Actually, we know in the state of Texas in the year 2030, we're going to be about 70,000 nurses short. So if you're thinking, is there a place for me? Is there a career for me for the rest of my life where I can be very satisfied? And I'm telling you this because it's me too, right? Very satisfied. I feel like I make a difference in people's lives every day. I help people all the time. You can do so many things with nursing. You can do everything from birthing babies to taking care of children to helping people in surgery. You can be a teacher in nursing. You can be a nurse researcher. You can work in policy for the government, making sure that social determinants of health are met within our community health nursing, disaster nursing. Oh my God, you can go everywhere and do everything. So, nursing is like the best profession. So I have been a nurse for some time and I absolutely love it. I wake up every day and I'm so excited that I'm a nurse and I get to do what I get to do because I think it's a gift. And I think that it's really a blessing in my life that I'm able to do this kind of work. So, if you have a heart, that's great, but you have to have more than that. And I want to talk to you about some of those things. Um, Florence Nightingale said you can have all the desire in the world to be a nurse, but if you can't do the science and the math behind it, it's going to not going to work out for you. So you really have to be a brilliant young person who says I can do this math because we give medications all the time. We have to think about weights and we have to think about all kinds of things with patients. And so math is a really important key factor in science. So I always say to our students, you can see a person on the outside, our skin, but you have to know what's going on the inside without that skin. So, what is it? What is the science behind just the vitamins that we take? What is the science behind how our heart works? The fluid and electrolyte imbalances, all those fun things. What is it with infection? um, Say you have an ear infection or say you have COVID. These are all infections. So, how do we manage and how do we deal with all of that? How do you help somebody who has a broken leg? How do you help somebody who's just come out of surgery? There's just so much. So, you have to, it's a really application kind of science, it's the application kind of math. So, study what you're learning in your schooling right now, get the very best grades that you can, because it all matters. It all matters at the end of the day. In nursing. And I never really, nobody ever told me that when I was in school. So I really didn't know how important it was. I just kind of like science, and I like language. I'm not too much of a math person, but I do all right with it. So, but nobody ever told me really pay attention to that. And then the other thing that you really have to pay attention to if you want to go into nursing, if you want to become a physician, if you want to become a social worker, if you want to help people, is you have to, I'm not saying you have to be an angel out there, sweet and kind and whatnot, but you have to be smart and you have to stay away from things that will cause you to get in trouble legally or with the law. So, and I never really realized that either. Luckily, I didn't have any problems, but I see people all the time who would love to get into one of the helping professions and they have maybe a criminal record, stealing, theft, uh, hurting somebody, any of those things. You see that, you get away, you run away as fast as you can because you don't want anything on your record. So, anybody in the healthcare professions, we are taking care of vulnerable people, right? We're taking care of people who are asleep because they're in surgery, or we're taking care of people who are having a heart attack and they just need help so badly. So we're taking care of people who are very, what we call vulnerable. So the public has to be able to trust us that we are good people and that we will take really good care of you when you come to the hospital. Or if we go into your home, we'll take really good care of you in your home. And we don't have any kind of record of petty theft, or we don't have any kind of record of anything on our backgrounds. And we'll know that. Why? Because the Texas Board of Nursing requires that you have a criminal background check before you can even start nursing school. That means you're going to get fingerprinted by the FBI, and you're going to have a DPS review. And so they are looking for people who have none of that. So I am telling you, do not get distracted by crazy stuff out there. And I know you're going to see crazy stuff in your life. So you just run away. You get away from it. You say, I can't do this. I'm going to become a nurse and I cannot be around this. So you run away from all that. Stay away from it. Tell people, I can't hang out with you guys. I cannot do this. I'm not going to do this. Call an Uber, go home. So that's what you have to do. So those are the things that probably no one will ever tell you. But I know it because no one told me these kind of things. And I wish that everybody would tell new people just like you who are so excited to come into this phenomenal profession that if you really, really want it, you have to do these kinds of things to prepare yourself. So I love what I do. I have always loved it. And I think, why did I want to become a nurse? Because I felt like this was kind of the job I wanted to help people. People always say, well, why didn't you become a physician? Well, a physician just comes in and goes out. A nurse, you get to be with your people all the time. So say you're in the hospital, you're with your patients for 8, 12 hours. That's wonderful. When you're a physician, you're there for maybe 10 minutes. It's no fun. So for me, it's so much more fun to have a relationship with my patients and to be with them and to take care of them. And that's what I love about it. And then you go home and you have your days and you're with your families, and then you go back to your work. So it's a really nice sequence of life, right? And you can keep going on. You're thinking, oh, all I want to be is a nurse. Well, let me tell you, if all you want to be is a nurse, all you want to be is a nurse at a baccalaureate level. That means you go to a university. And that's why Mr. Garcia and I are here today, because we're going to tell you how to do this to go into a university. Why do you want to do that? If you can help it, you don't want to start at the community college, because you need to have the bachelor's degree. You'll go through and you'll get your degree faster if you go through a university. And if you get the bachelor's degree, you can move on to the master's degree and further. So you don't know what your future is going to be. So set yourself up for success right now. And let's talk about how to get into a university, particularly the University of Houston College of Nursing, where we have 100% pass rate on our national licensure exam. We have won awards for diversity for 4 years in a row, the only national award for diversity and inclusion. So we're excited. We want you to really consider us because we think that we could be a good fit for you. Okay, so that's it. Mr. Garcia, I'm gonna let you go now.
We're going to do the PowerPoint, guys.
Yeah,
There.
we're gonna turn it on.
There we go, guys. So thank you once again for attending today's meeting. This is one of our slides, our intro slides. Nursing here at the College of Nursing. We believe in nursing excellence, period. That's it. That's just the whole story. I mean, there's nothing else about it. It's just, that's what we're looking for in our students, okay? And that's some of the, we're going to see later on some of the shared values that we uphold as faculty and staff at the College of Nursing here at the University of Houston. But here, once again, like I mentioned, here's my information. So make sure you take a snapshot of this, keep it with you whenever you want to reach out to me for further details or one-on-one advising session. I'm more than happy to provide that for you. Okay, so I am located at U of H main campus, Health Building 2, room 2020. But welcome. I am the advisor for the pre-nursing track and also the traditional BSN track. That just simply means I will help you as a freshman and sophomore be a great applicant for my traditional BSN program, where you finally will finish your junior and senior year at the KD campus. Our mission statement. The mission of the University of Houston College of Nursing is to provide innovative, dynamic, and nationally competitive nursing education to a diverse student population that builds professional leaders and clinical experts. So once again, our vision, nursing, excellence, period. You're going to see this all the time. These are the shared values that we uphold here at the College of Nursing, and we would love for you to adapt these into your life. If you do this now, it's going to take you a long way in your academic career and also in your professional career. So we here, it's our primary goal to dedicate promoting the nursing excellence, right? So we uphold these values. Number one, integrity, honesty, accountability, compassion, but by all means, respect for all people, okay? Dean Tart mentioned we've won awards for diversity and inclusion, right? You're going to be working with people from different cultures, okay? Have respect for one another, your colleagues, right? Your professional leaders also in the hospital systems, but also your patients. They're going to come from different parts of the world. They're going to speak different languages. So it's learning to work with people. And by all means, our College of Nursing is a true reflection of the Houston community, of the diverse population we have in our city, but also it's a diverse reflection of the hospital system. So when you are prepared here at our college, when you set foot in a real hospital setting, you're going to feel just right at home, okay? You're going to be so comfortable working with different cultures that it's not going to be a problem because you've adopted to instill yourself the shared values of our college: integrity, honesty, accountability, compassion, and again, respect for all people. For the profession of nursing, okay, the University of Houston does have policies in place, and they're available for you online, and I supplied the website for you here, the link. Also, student handbooks. As advisors, we don't like to hear from students, no one ever told me about this rule. No one ever told me about this policy. Nobody knew. Nobody told me how to handle this situation. You have guides, you have booklets, okay? So we give this to you at the beginning as an orientation student, as a freshman student, we give you this information. So just make sure you just kind of read over it, right? Like Dean Tart has mentioned, the Board of Nursing for the profession, they have to do a background check. There has to be drug screenings. So again, this all relates to trust of the public. Nursing is one of the most trusted professions out there. Like we said, you're going to be dealing with medication. You're going to be dealing with people that are, they're sick. You're going to be dealing with family members that are visiting them, right, during their healing process. So you have to be very trustworthy. And so if you can prove that to us and the College Board of Nursing, and you have all the other requirements that I will speak of in a few more slides, then you would be a perfect candidate for our College of Nursing here at the University of Houston. College of Nursing, we uphold our own policies. So the university system has its own, but us as an individual college, we have our own student policies as well, okay? Make sure you're aware of those. College of Nursing technology requirements. You have to have state-of-the-art computer systems in order to work through our curriculum, through our clinicals, okay? You don't worry about that now, but if you do come through my pathway, I will provide that information at a later date. If you want to read about it, I provided the links of all those little topics right here for you to access, okay? I'll share the PowerPoint with Mr. Alberto Herrera in the future, so then that way you can access these links as well. Also, if you take a snapshot of the screen, you can also copy that and then put it in your search engine, and you can get there also by that way. Okay. Here at University of Houston, we also are in partnership with the great program that if you decide to come to our college, you have access during your freshman year to become a member of something called UHN4. UHN4 is designed to help students just like you to stay on track, to graduate in a timely manner, which is pretty much in the name, in 4 years. So if you can graduate on time, it's going to save you time and money, okay? You're not going to go over budget. One nice thing about the UHN4, students have the option to select what's called a fixed rate plan. This is optional. You do not have to do this. I repeat, this is optional, but some of the benefits would be you get priority enrollment. You are given academic roadmaps, and you're going to see one in just a few seconds. You're going to have access to course availability. You're going to know what's available semester by semester. But again, the fixed rate plan is an option for you guys who really want to stay on budget. Do not get scared by these numbers you see on the screen right now. Okay, our resident students here at U of H pay roughly $7,526.38 per term during our fall and spring semesters. And then during the summer, they're normally charged about $2,207.88. This is part of the fixed rate plan. So regardless of however many hours you're going to be enrolled at the University of Houston, it's a flat rate. They're going to charge you this price all the time. Okay, we know this is money, but guess what? You have financial resources that we can help you with here. Don't let that scare you away. Financial aid, FAFSA, TASFA, right? Scholarships, emergency loans, right? We're going to tell you, go for the scholarships first, go for grants. If you have to get some loans, then they're available for you, okay? But let us guide you through the whole process, okay? Let's see. Here is the roadmap for UHN4. You can already see what you're going to be taking year one, semester by semester. So traditionally, I would be advising you here during your first and second year as your freshman and sophomore level years here at Central Campus. For example, let's go to semester one, your fall. English 1301. Anatomy and Physiology, lecture and lab, okay? College algebra, history, psychology. If you look at these courses, you might be thinking, wow, these are way too many courses to be taking. Well, remember, for the UHN4 plan, they're going to want you to be enrolled in about 14 to 15 to 16 hours per semester, so you can graduate in the 4-year marker, right? If you were to take less hours than that, 9 hours, 12 hours, you're not going to graduate in 4 years. So we designed this, and then in partnership with them, we make sure that you're aligned and that you are meeting the criteria to be part of that program, but then also you're following the pathway for the pre-nursing or traditional BSN track. And it's not that hard, okay? Some of you may be thinking, I have dual credit, I have AP credit, okay? Some of these courses may be waived because of that, okay? But everybody is pretty much basically going to be a case-by-case basis. So when I advise you, I will tell you based on your transcripts and everything, what you're going to get credit for and what you can enroll for semester by semester. But the target is to have an idea of what you're going to be taking fall and spring, even in your sophomore year. Second half of government, a little bit more sciences such as microbiology, chemistry, and then a few more core classes that you have a wide selection to choose from. But I want to make sure you select the right one. So that's why I'm an advisor, right? So as you enroll semester by semester, I will also ask you to send me your schedule so I can verify that you are truly on track. I do not want students to take courses they do not need. That's money not well spent, okay? And time not well spent. Year 3, if you guys look at year 3 and year 4, that would be your junior year and your senior year. Take a look at the courses. They all start with the prefix NURS, 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 nursing, okay? You did all the hard work here to get in to here, okay? And I'm going to explain how to get into our College of Nursing in a few more slides. But if you can do this, the pre-nursing pathway, and you get accepted into our College of Nursing, your junior year, you'll be at Katy taking this curriculum here, okay? Some of these classes in your freshman and sophomore year might be full. That will never happen in your junior and senior year because only you nursing students that are accepted are invited to take these courses. No one else can enroll in these courses but you, okay? So that's never gonna happen. But we keep you on track. Look, you continue taking 14 credit hours For your fall in your junior year, you continue taking 16 credit hours in the spring of your junior year. Moving forward, senior year, 14 credits, 14 credits. All these credits, we're adding them up. The University of Houston system is adding these up to come up with a total of 120 credits. That's to obtain your BSN degree, Bachelor's of Science of Nursing, right up here, okay? Credits to you may not mean anything right now because you're in high school, but when you're in college, you get charged for these credits. Here's a real quick example of how to translate this. English 1301. The first number, 1000, indicates it's the freshman level, okay? So level of easy to hard, it would be easy, okay? The second number, 3. That's the number of 3 credit hours, or semester credit hours is the terminology we use here at U of H and many four-year universities. So that 3 you see here is what's going here. And when you look at your schedule, look at every course. Sophomore level, because it's a 2000, 3 in the second placement. So here's another 3 credits. Biology 2101, 2000 level, sophomore, 1 credit, 1 credit. And we simply keep doing the same thing for every other course, and we do the addition. That's how we come up with 16 semester credit hours. That's how the university comes out with your tuition, okay, and your fees. But again, that's how we total up the 120 credits. It just can't be any 120 credits of anything. It has to be this specifically to obtain the Bachelor's of Science of Nursing. Let's see. Also, one thing, when you get into your junior and senior year, here, look at the number system, 4,000, 3,000, okay? Later in life, when you go to the master's programs, doctor programs, the levels, the numbers go higher and higher. Most of you, again, may be concerned because of funding. If you are one of those students, look into something that we call the Cougar Promise. I have the website at the bottom. I have a phone number where you can call them and select option 5. It's a great opportunity for students who come from a low or middle income family. They can help you with some grant assistance if you're eligible, right? And if you fall anywhere below 65,000 or even maybe between 65,000 to 125,000, you might be eligible for this award, okay? And here's an important thing. If you are a senior, when I spoke to financial aid, they said if you are a senior already in high school, your deadline is January 15th. January 15th is your deadline. So you have to be filling out this application already to be considered for something called the Cougar Promise. This is a great opportunity. And what I did is I highlighted this important part. Again, deadline, January 15th, okay?
Can I say something here?
Yes,
Mr.
Dean
Garcia?
Tart.
Yes, so this is really important. So if you or your friends or your family members or anybody you know who wants to go to the University of Houston and your family income is less than $65,000, the University of Houston guarantees tuition and mandatory fees will be covered by grant assistance and other sources for these eligible students. So it is a guarantee. So that's why I said earlier, I don't want you to worry about money. I want you to say, this is where I want to go to school and we can help you get there. The date, January 15th, is important that you hear that. So use your folks, Miss Rose and everybody there to help you get your FAFSA completed. I remember when my nieces and nephews were going to college and I was their aunt. I helped them do their FAFSA because it was too hard for their mom, my sister, to do it, but it worked out great. And now they're going on and getting their master's degrees. So it works, but you have to do it by January 15th, this coming January 15th, because guess what? There's only so much money. Once it's given away, it's given away. So you have to, if the earlier you do it, the better opportunity you have for funding. So don't put that off. Be savvy about it. Be smart about it. Be the first, because that is where you're going to get the very best, because it's just not like a tree where money just keeps growing and growing. So if you do it by the deadline, it's going to be so much better for you. So those of you who are really thinking about U of H, and even if nursing's not for you, this is for all students who are interested to come to the University of Houston. So
Right.
please just keep that in mind and really work towards that if it's something that fits your needs and your family.
That's correct. Thank you, Dean Tart. And then also, we keep mentioning FAFSA. Well, guess what? I know there's a large student population of DACA students. Guess what? You probably qualify for FAFSA and you might qualify for TASFA. So this, from what I know, from when I spoke to financial aid, you can only apply when you're a freshman. That's it. You can no longer apply later on, from what I was told from financial aid. So take it.
For the
Take this
DACA
opportunity.
students, for the DACA
Yes,
students.
yeah, for the
Okay,
DACA
okay.
students. So just please,
But
please, please.
you apply for FAFSA every year.
Yes,
Every
for
year you
FAFSA
apply.
every year. That's correct.
Yes.
You get a renewal. Yes. There we go. And then what we also discovered is here at the University of Houston, maybe some of you might come from a foster system, or you're an orphan of the state, or you're a ward of the state. Guess what? There's something out there called the Diamond Family Scholars Program. This might be for you too, right? Or you may have a friend that might need this, right? So this is really good information as far as financing or financial resources are, they're available for you, right? You can't get this money if you don't apply for it. And deadlines are very crucial. If you miss the deadline, you miss that opportunity. So, I have the information here on the links, the information for you to contact specifically for more details. But again, if you need it, contact me. I'll give it to you. I'll walk you through the process as much as I can. But we have our own financial aid department. We have everybody that handles scholarships and everything as well. Okay. But we just want you to know, if your heart is in coming to University of Houston, the money's out there. You just have to apply and apply early. So here, another thing is, I know you guys want to know, how do I become a University of Houston student, but then also a College of Nursing student? Well, for you guys as freshmen, this is the admission criteria that the Office of Admissions looks at. You have to have completed 4 units of subjects in English and during your high school years. You have to have completed biology or chemistry and other 2 more advanced science courses, a totaling 4 units. You have to have 2 units of algebra, 1 unit of geometry, 1 unit of statistics or calculus, right? Pre-calculus. These are things you should be looking at, okay, as a high school student. Also, if you're a senior or a junior and you're taking the PSAT, you're preparing for your SAT, right? Or your ACT, we need these scores. Depending on your class ranking, you have to get with your high school counselor to see more details about your specific ranking. But I'm pretty sure throughout the year, they're going to get you ready for something called SAT exams or ACT exams. We need you to be in this range if you're considering pre-nursing, okay?
So let me say one more thing too. The University of Houston right now, because of everything that's happened with COVID, they are saying that you do not have to have the SAT or the ACT to apply to the University of Houston, and that is correct. But for pre-nursing, so people come to us as pre-nursing. They're not nursing majors yet. They're called pre-nursing. So when you come to us from high school, you apply for pre-nursing. You have to take the SAT or ACT to get accepted into just the pre-nursing, to take those first 2 years. So this, even though the university says you don't have to have it, and that is true, the College of Nursing says you have to have it. Why? Because we are the only professional program in the lower level division, meaning getting a bachelor's degree. You can earn a bachelor's degree in nursing. And we're the only ones. Medicine is at a graduate level. Pharmacy is at a graduate level. Social work is at a graduate level.
Mhm.
So this is the only one at a undergraduate level. Nursing is the only one at an undergraduate. We have to have some sort of understanding about how you'll perform when you're with us. So you have to take that SAT or ACT just to get into pre-nursing.
Good, thank you. Let's see, dual credit. Many of you may have done dual credit during your high school years. That's a good thing. Okay. So again, it's going to save you some time. It's going to save you some money. So as an advisor, I'm trained to read and evaluate your dual credits. Also, there's something called AP credits, IB credits, right? I know how to translate that for you. Okay. I don't expect you to remember everything, but by all means, like if you are a senior now and you're graduating, when you put in your application for the University of Houston, you have to reach out to College Board. And then you have to order your AP scores to be sent to University of Houston, or you have to order your community college transcripts from wherever you did your dual credit. Have it sent to us immediately because we have to evaluate it so I can advise you as efficiently as I can, right? So if you don't have a course, but you say you have it and it's not posted on your account, I have to make you take that course, right? For example, English 1301, if you say you have dual credit for it, but I don't see it, you got to get that in as quickly as possible, because otherwise I'll have to make you take English 1301. Okay. The system won't let you enroll for English 1302. Okay. But here, dual credit is a great opportunity right now that you are in high school. Take advantage of this. You're saving time and money, and you can utilize this towards your BSN degree here. Okay. At the College of Nursing. Some of you may deal with AP credit. Okay. AP credit is similar to dual credit, but here with AP credit, that means pretty much you took an exam, you mastered the material, and you met the minimum score. So for example, I have a whole list of these subject matters, but look, for example, AP chemistry, you just have to score a 3 minimum to get 3 credit hours of chemistry 1305, 3 credits right here. That's one of the courses we use in pre-nursing. So if you get credit for this, you don't have to take chemistry 1305, okay? The bad thing is you don't get a grade for it. You don't get an A or B or C, you just get the credit hours. So going back to the 120 credit hours, you have 3 credits that you can apply towards the 120 credit hours for the BSN. Now, later on, I advise students, it might be wise to retake some of the AP credit, not all of it, some of it. Why? I want you to build the GPA. If you have letter grades, A, Bs, and Cs, I can come up with a GPA. But just with AP credit, I have to just put an S, it's satisfied, okay? But it's a good thing. If you have AP credit, I'll help you and I'll maximize it to the best of your benefit. Here's a continuation of courses that we see AP credit for. Again, I'm trained to read this stuff and translate it. And in other majors at the University of Houston, such as business, you can minor in something. Here at College of Nursing, you can only major in nursing. There is no double major. There is no minor in nursing. So that's where sometimes this AP credit can't be used. You always have it under your transcripts that you can use it anywhere in the future. You have it under your belt. You've earned it. It's just sometimes I can't apply it for College of Nursing, okay? Just to let you know.
And I'm going to say another thing too.
Yes.
You might not need it for your transcript for nursing. So you
That's
don't
right.
have to transfer in everything. The state of Texas rewards you if you don't go over the 120-hour limit. So say you only take 123 hours your whole career with us, then they will give you $1,000 rebate. So why would you, you haven't lost any thought or any of your experience by taking a course, but if you don't need it on your degree transcript, Mr. Garcia will not put it on your transcript because you don't need it, because we want to keep you at the 120 hours, because that you can get a reward of getting $1,000 back from the state of Texas if you don't exceed the limit. So you don't need to transfer everything if it doesn't fit into your degree plan, and that would be for any major.
Right.
Mhm.
That's correct. Thank you. DACA students, if you are a DACA student, okay, let me know why. If you do become a College of Nursing student, I have to be aware of that fact, because when you eventually become a junior and you head out to Arcady campus, you start doing clinicals, and guess what? Clinical placement is very important, and it's just additional paperwork that our people have to do on our administrative side to get you prepared to go to your clinical, because our students, once they're placed in a clinical, you have to be ready to go. You have to have reliable transportation, right? It could be anywhere in the greater Houston area, even though the classes are in Katy, it could be anywhere across the city of Houston. So you have to be mobile, okay? You have to be ready, okay? You will be ready, trust me, okay? But this is for DACA students. Please let me know on an individual basis if this is your situation.
And just
Don't
to
be
let you
shy.
know, we always have DACA students, always, every
Right,
semester,
right.
always. So it works very well.
Thank you. This is just a short paragraph regarding our pre-nursing pathway. Pretty much, I'm going to show you what the classes are because I know you guys want to know what does it take to go into pre-nursing and then be able to apply as a competitive student for a spot in our College of Nursing. Again, if you read this, the details are there. But again, we do background checks. We do. Let's see, there's so many things that take place behind the scenes without knowing, but we do let you be aware of everything that's happening, okay? Trust our system, trust our pathways, they work. We graduate students every year, so it is a proven theory. It is a proven curriculum that they have in place here that really does work. But
Let me just say, our classes, we graduate 85% of our classes on time. So
perfect.
when you get admitted into the college and you do the work, you will graduate and you will pass and you will earn your degree. We don't give degrees. You earn your degrees, and I promise you it works very, very well. And that's why we have won such great awards, because even our diversity, we talk about it, but not only do we talk about it, we live it, and we have won awards for it. So we have done everything that we can to make sure that our students are totally ready, and they are 100% hireable. Everybody gets a job. In fact, this last class, everybody had a job before they even graduated. So
That's correct.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now, one thing in our pre-nursing pathway that's very important, we always have this included. 45 hours of semester, of 45 hours of SCH. You're like, what is SCH? Semester credit hours. It's just terminology, okay? So 45 semester credit hours must be done at the University of Houston, not University of Clear Lake, not University of Downtown, not University of Victoria, University of Houston Central Campus. So again, if you come to our university and you are a freshman and sophomore, whatever classes you're taking, they're going towards this 45 hours of semester credit hours, right? If you're following my pathway, look how simple it looks. This is so achievable, okay?
And let me just say too, even from your community colleges. So don't get caught up in taking all the courses at your community college. If you students in this city, students in the greater Houston area have so many opportunities for nursing. You can go to TWU, you can go to Prairie View. All of those people, all those schools take students that transfer in. They can have all their credits at a community college. But at U of H, we are making this program for the U of H student. So what we're doing is we are awarding the U of H student with something really special. Who are they competing against to get into a nursing program now? If you have to have 45 semester credit hours in residence at U of H, who are you competing against? Are you competing against everybody else from all the community colleges? No, you're only competing to get into this program with other U of H students. So your pool of people trying to get into nursing just shrunk down to a very small group. We have 6,000 students at the University of Houston. Not all of them want nursing, of course, but now you're not competing with everybody who wants in at TWU or who wants in at UT or who wants in at Prairie View or who even wants in at a community college. You're only competing with people at U of H. So this degree is meant for the U of H student. That's why we say, if you're going to be loyal to the UH Go Cougs, we want you to be loyal by taking your classes at U of H. And that's worked extremely well. Students absolutely love it.
Love it, yes. And that is one of the things that makes us unique amongst the other colleges of nursing here in Houston. So
absolutely.
that is totally what sets us apart. Okay, so some of the nursing requirements for pre-nursing students, guys, pay close attention. A minimum of a 2.75 GPA or higher in your natural sciences with a maximum of 2 attempts. You're going to see this repeat, you're going to hear me repeat this very often. Maximum 2 attempts, okay, per course. Number 2, a grade of B or higher, maximum 2 attempts for AP2, Anatomy and Physiology 2, lecture, that's the one with the 3 credits, and lab, the one with the 1 credit, laboratory. You have to have at least a minimum of a B- or higher. Again, maximum of 2 attempts per course in nutrition. AP1, Human Anatomy 1, lecture and lab. Microbiology, lecture and lab. Chemistry, lecture only, no lab. Okay, so this is just minimum, okay? And I'm going to be very transparent. There's students that have 3.0s, 3.25s, 3.45s, 3.50s, 4.0s that are applying with these courses already done with straight A's, straight B's. You know, if you're a straight B student, you're at a 3.0, okay? Some students ask me, Mr. Garcia, I do have a 2.75. You can apply, put in your application, but just know that there's other students that might have a higher GPA, okay? So
And let me say something else.
yes, Dean Tart.
We know that people strive very hard to get these grades. If you meet the criteria, you will be invited to an interview. And it's in that interview that we look at the student. Do they have the capacity? Is this really what they want to do? Do they have some experience to say, yes, this is where I really find myself in nursing? So you might have a 2.75 GPA, maybe you have a 2.8 GPA, and you might get in over somebody with a 4.0. Why is that? Because the 4.0 student said, oh, I really don't know if I want to do nursing. I've just kind of thought about it. It's kind of like a side idea that I might want to do. Well, who's going to get, no, I've put my whole heart and soul into this. This is what I want. So we look, and what we call this is a holistic admission. We look at everybody who is qualified. And when everybody comes to that interview, you have the same opportunity to get into the nursing program as somebody with a 4.0. So you just keep yourself focused. You make your best grades possible. You stay away from problems with
Right?
drugs, with all those kinds of things, and you get yourself in early. You use your advisors, and you go to U of H, and it is a wonderful pathway for the rest of your whole life. So don't be afraid of the grades. If you make the criteria, it is an opportunity for you to be interviewed through our holistic admission process.
Yes, that's true. There we go. Other requirements, okay? Once you meet our requirements, okay, I will say you're ready to do what? Step 1, apply to do a change of course of study, change of major. So some students that are not labeled pre-nursing that are at U of H pursuing something else, they are, some students are under our pre-nursing pathway, even though they're not labeled pre-nursing. I still get them to do number 1, apply by doing a change of course of study to nursing as a major. Number 2, I just make sure that you have and you submit it, your course requirement checklist, which is on our website. Number 3, I get you prepared. Whenever you take your AP1, don't take the ATITs exam yet. You're not ready for it. Take it maybe after you complete AP2, okay? There's some anatomy and physiology in the exam. So I want you to be knowledgeable before you take your test, because on the ATITs, we also say maximum 2 attempts. So we always look at your first 2 attempts on your ATITs. Some nursing colleges out there will take something called the HESI exam. We do not take the HESI exam. We only acknowledge the ATIT 6 exam, okay? We'll keep you updated if there's any changes, but right now it's the ATITs exam. Number 4, I will show you how to complete a form called the release of Social Security. Why? We need to do a background check, okay? We need to do everything that we need to do in order to make sure that you are a good candidate for our College of Nursing. Well, actually for the profession, right?
If you don't have a social security number, it's okay.
Yes.
The process just goes a little slower. So
Mhm.
some people do not have social security numbers, but we have a process to get you through it.
Yeah, very good point. That's a very good point. Also, I highlighted our deadline. Right now, as of today, we only have one admission deadline for the traditional BSN track, which would be April 1st of every year. So just maybe 2 months ago, we accepted some students into our College of Nursing. Again, I'll be advising students throughout the year, and then I go through the same cycle again. I help you by advising you, get you prepared, have you follow these steps here, and look, like the dean said, we have a holistic admissions process. So if you meet our minimum threshold of 2.75 in natural sciences and et cetera, put in your application, okay? You qualified to apply, so by all means do it, okay? Number one, we are going to look at factors. Is there space available for all the students who are applying? Number two, there is an interview process. Every student that applies should get an interview, right? Number three, the grades in the courses, you know, is what they kind of look at, but along with other factors. Number four, your ATIT's exam score also sets you apart from your competition. I think it's a minimum of a 75, but again, the higher you score, the better you stand out, right? I'll tell you that in the future if you decide to get advice by me, okay? But all these items have to be submitted in the packet by April 1st, okay? To be considered.
Yes,
Yeah,
let me
to be
say this.
considered for the next cohort.
Right.
Go ahead, Dean.
You're not admitted until you go through this interview, and the interview is another thing that sets us apart. So, and we're probably the only nursing program in the greater Houston area that does do a holistic admission using an interview. So that is really great, because at that time, students really get to see what it's like. They get to meet the faculty, they get to come on campus. Well, this last year we had to do it virtually, like we're doing today, but it is a good way for you to say, this is the college that I really want to be part of.
That's true. That is true. From what I've seen from other colleges of nursing, they don't sometimes offer interview processes for their students. So that makes another component that University of Houston College of Nursing is unique. So take advantage of that opportunity. Apply. If you do become one of our students, you do have access to many student resources. For example, our famous MD Anderson Library, which holds over 300 computers divided between 2 labs. We have knowledgeable faculty and staff that run that facility. Academic research, UH is tier 1. We're known as an academic research institution. So your degree goes a long way, okay? But not only that, there's different facilities that you have access to. I'm located in the Health Building Sciences Health Building 2, which is called the biomedical area of the University of Houston at the central campus. We have our own library here as well that caters towards College of Pharmacy students, College of Optometry students, but also College of Nursing students. So there's many articles that you can use on your research, okay? So you have wonderful resources at your disposal as our students. Launch is going to be very vital for your success. The moment you encounter trouble in some of your courses, I think of tutoring, okay? I think of peer tutoring, okay? You have access to that. You're paying for this in your tuition. Use the resources, they're there for you, okay? CAPS, that's counseling and psychological services, counseling, okay? If you have something going on in your life that you want to talk to somebody, a professional, a licensed professional counselor, all that's done in confidentiality, okay? We have those services. They're actually located right next door to me here at the Health Building too. Very good people, okay? A very good resource for students at this time, especially during this pandemic. Libraries, again, we have many on campus. You have access to all of them. During finals week, sometimes they're open 24 hours. Sometimes they're open till midnight. So we give you the resources to be successful as students. For the College of Nursing students, you can go visit our website. There's also there's various tools that you can utilize as a College of Nursing student there as well. Just feel free to navigate and explore on any of these items that you're looking at now. We also have new student orientation resources. We have PDF files of our academic maps. We have PDF files of course equivalencies. Just this past semester, we had a course number change. We updated that. We provided that to all of our incoming students and our pre-nursing students so they don't get lost. You get guidance, okay? You get guidance and you get support from any of our faculty and staff. If they don't know the answer, they're going to refer you to me, right? Okay, if I don't know the answer, I'm going to refer you to somebody else, but I still want to know your outcome, okay? Because I want to make sure that you get the help that you need. Navigate resources, that's another plus for the University of Houston system. Also for you as a student, for you to be, to stay on track, you can use a tool called Navigate that you can use with your cell phone, your tablets, your laptops to communicate with your advisor. So I send out something we call campaigns, and I send them out to pre-nursing students. Come make an appointment, come see me, let's have a Zoom meeting, right? And I can look at their credentials and give them advice any time of the day that they want, right? Now, I keep in mind, I work Monday through Friday from 8 to 5, so, right? But I have a lot of students I do handle, but by all means, send me your request. I would love to advise you. That's my job. I really, truly love what I do to help you find your way here at the University of Houston or the College of Nursing. So you can do academic appointments. I can text you vital information, scholarship alert, right? I can send you emails. So you as students, make sure you utilize this tool. If you become a U of H student, we have tutoring, we have little videos on how you can master the tools, right? They're updating it all the time. As you can tell here, Navigate Academic Planner is coming soon. We're all about planning. If you can plan your courses ahead, you're going to be able to just click and enroll. We're not there yet, but we can at least put your classes on the academic planner, like the U of H and 4 academic roadmap, right? And you're never going to get lost. Sometimes you're going to see, and this is good that I mentioned this. Some of our freshmen, they ponder, they think, oh my God, I can't find microbiology this semester. Some courses are not offered every semester, but if you follow our roadmaps, if you see that they're listed under fall, their chances are they're only offered in the fall, okay? If you see them in the spring semester, that means they're probably offered only in the spring. Summertime, our students really take fall, spring semesters. We want you to enjoy your summer, okay? But in case you have to play catch up only with the pre-nursing courses, not the nursing classes, you can catch up to apply, okay? You can't do that in our nursing cohorts. You have to meet that requirement. You have to satisfy it semester as you progress through our program and our curriculum. You do have to utilize a desktop or laptop to do certain functions with Navigate. It's just because your cell phone might not have enough data or storage or memory to do that ability or that function. So make sure, you can do your appointment using your cell phone or your mobile app, but then use your laptop when you do have an advising session with me using Navigate, okay? What's next? Go to this website, how to become a future student. I made a note of this. Make sure to sign up for your SAT or ACT exams in the future. Those of you who are 9th graders, 10th graders, there's something probably called the PSAT. It's a practice SAT. Start practicing now, right? But if you go to our website, look, as easy as 1, 2, and 3, okay? Get with your high school counselors, start talking about filling out applications. Again, not just this, your financial aid application, FAFSA or TASFA. You have to meet certain deadlines. We have deadlines for submissions for certain applications for fall, spring, and summer. So if you don't fill in your application for fall, you have to wait until spring to put in your new application for that semester. So you're out. So it's not like high school where your counselor does everything for you. You're now an adult, okay? You're going to be standing on your own 2 feet. Be proactive. Reach out to us, and again, we're more than happy to. I'm more than happy to guide you, and I'll help you along this process. Okay, maybe you're a first-time generation college student, right? Maybe you have an older brother and sister that did do this process. They can kind of help you with this as well because they're familiar with it. But don't let any questions kind of just let you frustrate you. Call me. I'm here for you. Email, phone call, Skype, Zoom meeting. I'll do it for you, okay? But that's pretty much it. I do thank you for listening to today's presentation. That is our famous Cougar sign, okay? Become a Coug, okay? If you want to come into the pre-nursing pathway, I can be your guide, okay? Do we have any questions, Dean Tart?